Sage Wonder coming at you from my van down by the river. So today I would like to talk about a controversial subject. So if any of you know me really well, you know that I live in a state where cannabis is legal and that I'm a supporter of legal cannabis. And whether you agree with the recreational use of cannabis or not, I'm not even going to bring that up. And maybe there's a few of you out there that don't believe that cannabis is good for medicine. And I would just like to encourage you to go and research a young girl named Charlotte and how CBD oil, a cannabis extract, changed her life as a person who suffered from seizures that were uncontrollable and continuous, and how she finally found peace through the use of a special CBD cannabis strain. But I'd like to talk about something that affects all of us. I'm getting older, and some of you are too. I lived an active, vigorous life of hunting and fishing and paintball and martial arts and sports. And in the end, as I age, every bump and bruise, every injury I suffered when I was young comes back to haunt you, and you get a lot of aches and pains. And when you get older, if you fall or something and get hurt, you don't bounce back and heal up as well as you did when you were young. And so, yeah, I've got some chronic pain issues, and I hate pain medication. Like, I don't use drugs, and I don't like to use ibuprofen and things like that. I don't think it's healthy. And I also have some stomach issues, so I can't take ibuprofen for very long or any kind of anti-inflammatory, or it inflames my stomach. So I'm kind of between a rock and a hard place. So have always relied on things like sports cream and Aspirin cream and topicals to rub onto, sore joints and pulled ligaments and things like that. And when I first came to a state, Colorado, where it was legal, where cannabis was legal, I discovered cannabis topical creams. Now, I got some here. I'm not even going to push the brand because it's some local company, but I will say this, that this has stuff in it like chamomile and peppermint and things that are just awesome on your skin and are natural remedies, but it has a percentage of cannabis extract in it. And I gotta tell you, I've tried everything. And this stuff that we can get here in Oregon, it's almost immediate as soon as you put it on. And within 10 minutes, you put it on a knee or shoulder or elbow, hands, whatever, it immediately just goes to work, not numbing the pain, but just stopping the pain. Your skin doesn't feel numb, and there's no mental effects like there is with painkillers. And you don't ingest it, so there's no stomach or dietary issues. And it's just a topical ointment, and somehow, they won't really research this stuff, so we don't even know how it works. But somehow, the cannabis oil just goes right in through the skin, and it just stops the pain wherever you put it. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen, and really, I wouldn't be as active as I still am if I didn't have it. That it makes stuff like Aspirin cream and sports cream look like you're rubbing, hand lotion on. I mean, look like it doesn't do anything. This stuff, it works. And if you ask me whether, you agree with cannabis usage and its mental effects, that stuff like this could change the reality of older people who deal with aches and pains all the time. This stuff is amazing, and this is some of the more mild. You can get heavier salves that are in like a heavy, petroleum jelly base. And I'm not a big fan of that feel and texture. And I really like the stuff that's in this, like the peppermint and the chamomile and aloe and stuff that's good for your skin. And but yeah, I just wish every one of you who live in places where this isn't legal could have access to this stuff, because it doesn't affect your mind in any way. You don't get high from it, and it kills pain. I'm here to testify, hand to God, it kills the pain. So if you don't believe in legalization, maybe you'll believe at least in some form of medical marijuana use, because it is a first-class painkiller, whether you smoke it and take the high that goes with it, or whether you just use the topical ointment. I mean, this stuff is amazing. I have a cousin that's a grower here, and he deals with cancer patients, and he swears to God that it reverses cancer. That he's seen it over and over and over again in his patients. That it forces cancer into remission when you take it in oil form in a capsule. But I know it's a controversial subject. I know a lot of Christian folks are my friends. Please don't unfriend me. But I wanted to share with you that this is something that God put on the earth for the healing of the people. And whether you agree with the ideology behind it or consider it a drug or not, this stuff, it works. And if you got any aches or pains, I wish you had it, because it really does work. All right, that's my 2 cents, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks.